What is going on, guys? It is XiEoN here, or Alex, and before I start off this story, let me just say that this was completely accidental. I did not actually mean to leave my friend for death. Now, with that out of the way, I guess we can jump right into the story now. So, anyways, this took place, I'm not sure how far back, but definitely a couple months ago, maybe almost a year ago. But anyways, my friend, he works at like cleaning businesses and stuff. So one day he was cleaning this business and he ended up finding a bunch of Smirnoff Ice in the fridge. So basically, like any old teenager, of course he took it and he hopped on his computer the next day, Skyped me up, and asked me if I wanted to drink this with him. And of course I said yes because, I'm a teenager too. So, we snuck out about a week later and I met him at his house at 2 a.m. I biked there. So we biked on down to the 7-Eleven and got some nachos and shit. And then basically we decided to bike on down from the 7-Eleven to a Tim Hortons. And in case you guys don't know, if you don't live in Canada, a Tim Hortons is basically like a coffee shop or a Dunkin' Donuts. But besides this, Tim Hortons is an underpass which went under the highway. And this highway connected the 7-Eleven and the Tim Hortons to each other, so we decided to take the highway from there. So while we're biking down the highway, all of a sudden, there's like no street lights. It's pitch black, so we can't see shit. And of course, there's a 6-foot ditch on either side. And my friend's a little bit behind me, and he knows I like to joke with him a lot. So I tell him there's like a big ass semi truck behind us. And the thing was that there actually was a semi truck behind us. So, anyways, my friend doesn't really believe me, so I tell him that I'll meet him at the underpass, and I get there and I wait for him, and I see the semi that we saw behind us pass by, and I wait a couple more minutes, and still no sign of him, no answer, and I call his name, and there's still no answer, so I start to get worried. So, I drop the nachos and our drinks, and bike up the highway to look for him, and I keep calling his name. And then all of a sudden, I discover him heaving his bike out of the ditch on the side of the highway. So he limps over to me and starts telling me what happened. So basically, his recollection of the entire thing was after I left to the underpass, he noticed a semi coming behind him, and my friend started to speed up on his bike. And it was still really dark because it was the middle of the night and there's no lights. So he doesn't know he's in the middle of the highway, and the semi keeps catching up to him, almost to the point where they're about like 10 feet apart, and my friend has nowhere else to go, so he makes a hard right, and he goes a little bit too far and lands in a ditch. So my friend over here gets the wind knocked out of him. So basically, I don't know if you guys have ever had the wind knocked out of you, but if you're trying to breathe, it's like you can only breathe out, but you can't breathe in. So I guess that kind of scared him a little bit. And to top that off, he actually landed on a big ass rock. And the next morning, he had a big bruise on his leg. But still, while he was in there, it was too dark to see. So he walked his bike up the wrong way and had to go back down and back up the other side of the ditch. And he gets it right the next time. And while he's pulling his bike out of the ditch, that's when he sees me running up. So I meet him at the point where he's bringing his bike out of the ditch, and he tells me the story, and I'm laughing my ass off because it's the funniest thing in the world to me. And we rode our bikes back down to the underpass, and we finished our food, and he kept telling me the rest of the story. And after we were done all of that, I biked him back to his house and I said goodnight. He said goodnight. And, I just biked it back to my house. And that's about it. Anyways, guys, I suppose that is the entire story. Make sure to drop a like down below if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe too if you already haven't. And my name is XiEoN, and I will see you next